Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for June 20th to the 30th. I'm going to be focusing on general energies. Remember, take what resonates, throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. And you want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and your Venus sign as well to get the fullest messages. I am not going to just solely focus on just relationship or just career this time around. I did a very long relationship read that I posted a few days ago. If you want to check that out, it's a long video that addresses singles, those of you who are partnered, and those of you who are in separation. So you could check that out over on that end. Let's get a lay of the land for what's going on now. There's a lot of energies going on in this 10-day period. There really is. The sun's going into Cancer. We have Jupiter and Neptune both turning retrograde in Pisces. We have Mercury's finally coming out of retrograde in your 5th house, which is great. We have a really beautiful energy actually with Saturn is forming a sextile to Chiron. That's happening in between your 1st and your 3rd house. It's really good for communication for you. Yes, we have a lot of stuff going on like that. Some good, some challenging. All right, so we have express your joy, make no judgments, go with the flow. All right, so let's pull some wisdom of the oracle. We'll pull a bunch of clarifiers and then we'll connect all of the energies together. Okay, let's pull a tarot grand lux for our Aquarius friends. We're gonna get a tarot card to clarify the oracle poised. Beautiful. Ooh, this looks good. Make no judgments, clean it up. Clarify by some patience. Who doesn't like a little bit of patience when we need it, right? Go with the flow, getting some help, a leg up. Judgment energy. Okay, looks good. Looking at the past. I like that. Let's see. Let's pull one more. Let's pull one more. You're healing yourself, oracle. Why not? Why not? Yeah, so you have this. So this sun is going into Cancer on like the 20th to 21st, depending on where you live, and that's happening in your 6th house. So the 6th house has to do with your day-to-day work environment, your day-to-day in general, your mental, physical, emotional health. I feel like a lot of you are going to be taking because Cancer is is an energy that's very focused on security. So a lot of you are going to be very focused on checking your health, taking care of your health. But at the same time, we also have on the 24th, we have the full moon happening in the sign of Capricorn, and that's happening across the wheel, right? So the sun in Cancer is in your 6th house, and then we're going to have the full moon across the wheel in your 12th house, which is your subconscious. So something's been building up inside of you. Right, you may be feeling like this sort of energy where there's this conflict between your roots and your life direction, and these feelings and these revelations are going to end up being an emotional one, and you're going to want to communicate this, but at the same time, you might not be able to fully crystallize what it is that you want. You know, it's a very interesting thing because Cancer encourages us to value our home base, our roots, the foundation of something, our security and all of that. And Capricorn pushes us to consider our sense of duty and responsibility and all of that, right? So having this Capricorn energy in your 12th house and your subconscious, which is the house of dreams, you're really focused on this idea of, I need to be responsible. I need to bring myself, I need to make my life happen for me. I need to take control. I need to be all of those things. And you're feeling that very deep down inside, right? But at the same time, you have that Cancer energy in that 6th house where it's like, yeah, but I really want to do something that's secure. And it's this recognition of the two of those. And we'll work those in the reading, you know, as we go along, the different ways that can end up manifesting. So we have express your joy. We have poise being clarified by the beautiful 4 of Wands. Excellent energy. This is Venus in Aries. This is, Venus is about, Venus in Aries indicates a new job, a new relationship, a new cycle in relationship. Aries is about fresh path. Let's go. It's the baby of the zodiac. It's the first sign. It's ruled by Mars. It's fire. It's I want to do what I want to do. Let's go, right? And Venus is about money, about opportunity. Venus has to do with expansion, children, growing things, how we feel about ourselves, right? All of these things. So when we have a Venus in Aries energy, for some of you, you may be meeting a new partner who's going to open up their heart to you and express their love and affection. For others of you, a partner that you're with right now is going to be communicating with you that they want to take something to the next level, to that next space. And anything to do with anything creative. This is a very freedom, very doing something in your own way kind of thing as well, because that's that Aries energy, being very like a leader, a very but whatever it is, it's going to end up bringing you a strong foundation, very celebratory vibe, right? You're being appreciated in this energy, in that connection, in that job, in that relationship, whatever it is. So there's some sort of recognition there, but at the same time, you're going to be looking at how teachable are you? How willing are you to bend and flex and maybe do something that's a little bit along the lines of tradition and needing to conform to something, right? Because that's not the most comfortable place for you. It's not. And this may be an energy where you might not be doing exactly what you want right now because, and no, Aquarius, please listen here. You have 2 heavy retrograde energies in your second house. The second house is the money that you make from the work that you do. It's the things that you value that matter to you. Your self-esteem, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back. These are all things that matter to you, right? So on the 20th, we have Jupiter turning retrograde in Pisces in that second house for you. So you might experience a slowing down of projects or plans, which can be a blessing in disguise though, because in order to gain, you have to gain some sort of perspective having to do with something in this area. So initially you're going to be maybe a little bummed out and you might be like, why am I having such bad luck? You know, which can be kind of lousy, right? Now, the thing is, Jupiter is going to be in Pisces until the end of July. Then it's still going to stay retrograde, but it's going to move into Aquarius. And that's going to change the energy a little bit. It's going to be a little more future focused. It'll be in there until like October 18th, 19th, something like that. But this is a really good time for looking within and reassessing your recent goals, because Jupiter's trying to help you to not wind up being involved in something that you're going to end up either having to martyr yourself in, ending up like on the lousy end of something where you're like the victim of something that's ultimately not good for you. So the slowing down, this is kind of a gift. Now it's going to be hanging out in there with this Neptune energy, also retrograde, also in Pisces, right? So, and this happens once a year. So this is just going to lay a little bit of confusion over everything, but that's okay. You just have to know that when it comes to all things money related, all things of like how you feel about yourself, you know, what you bring to the table, you might just be a little confused and feel like you're not able to push forward in the way that you would normally like to. Just know that it's all happening for a reason and it's gonna lighten up in the fall. So to be forewarned is to be forearmed, right? But now coming back to this, how teachable are you? Because whatever is going to be coming up is so ultimately good for you. It's going to bring you this firm foundation, but you're going to be needing to do things differently. And that's why we have this retrograde in there. To make the money that you want, to feel good about being in something, to bring to yourself what it is that you want. You need to look at yourself through a different lens, or maybe the lens of somebody else who has good intentions for you, and maybe just be a little more open and receptive to some changes that you might need to adopt. You know, make no judgments, always a good piece of advice. And we have make no judgments being clarified by clean it up. Don't make any judgments on yourself. Don't judge anybody else. Nobody's perfect. It seems like you're getting into some sort of situation where people have stuff. I challenge you to find somebody who doesn't have stuff. But this is the thing. You can only clean up your stuff. You can only clean up your backyard. You can't clean up somebody else's, right? That's always the energy here. But to do all of this and being kind to yourself and being kind to whatever energies you are going to be dealing with right now, because this does need to be an exercise in patience. Nobody's perfect. But stick with something. Stick with something that seems kind of frustrating. It's going to pay off. There's a lot of potential for success here. So whatever your situation is here, don't give up. Your future self is going to thank you, because look what's clarifying. The patience energy, right? The Seven of Pentacles is the soulmate energy. So you're really doing something that speaks to your soul, Whether it has to do with that opportunity, that project, being in that relationship, that friendship, that family connection. These are soulmate energies. It's anybody that, any situation that speaks to our soul, any person that we're dealing with that we have a shared soul purpose with, that's a soulmate. It's not only a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It's so beyond that, right? This could be a business partnership. This could be a really good friend where you guys are thinking about starting a business together. This could be a sibling. Maybe you guys are thinking about making an investment together. You know what I mean? Where you have that kind of shared soul purpose. So it just seems like, okay, nothing's perfect here. Everybody's got their own set of fears and set of issues going into something. No one judge anybody. Let's just call it what it is, and let's just be super fair. This is such a good energy for you. And I feel like very strongly, Aquarius, there's going to be a lot of healing between what it is that you're looking for, looking to bring yourself, and your ability to communicate it out to the world or out to other people. Because we have this Saturn sextiling Chiron, and this is happening in your first and third house. Saturn's in your first house of self, and Chiron's in your third house. Chiron is an asteroid we call the wounded healer. And in the sky, he's located between Saturn and Uranus, right? So we've been talking about this square between Saturn and Uranus that's going to be going on. And how that, it could be kind of rough, but this softens the rough edges of that. So that you're going to be feeling a lot more confident, a lot more competent, a lot more effective in your ability to communicate, a lot more secure in what you're bringing to the table. A lot more secure in yourself, which you might not have been feeling up to this point. It's so hard when we have Saturn in there, right? When we have Saturn in our first house of self, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm just being held back by this metaphorical harness, and I'm trying to move forward, but I keep being pulled back, and it can be really frustrating. But with Chiron sextiling this energy, there's this healing and there's this release, right? And there's this recognition. So I like it. Going with the flow and allowing yourself to get some help. A leg up is all about getting help. And you may be getting help from somebody from your past. The judgment is about that, right? It's about assessing and letting go of the past and making a decision about the past. Maybe your past patterns of thinking, your past belief system. This can indicate a spiritual awakening. And for those of you resonating with this as a relationship, I feel like there's something very destiny driven here, right? I mean, with the next energy, it's like pay attention to the signs. But just judgment is a Pluto energy, and this is a very like destiny driven kind of thing too, very karmic. So this has to do with relationship. It's assessing the situation in relationship and shifting it into a new phase. So for some of you, there might be a need for reconciliation or reconciling something that's been an issue in your relationship. Right? If you want to, there's always that, right? If you want to. If this has to do with career or money, this is acknowledgement for your success coming in because you've been putting in a lot of work in the past, and finally you getting that acknowledgement, which ends up improving your finances, which is really good. For others of you, if it doesn't have anything to do with that, this could be you making a decision really soon about a property that you've had your eye on, okay? Maybe you're buying a home or you're purchasing a business or something like that. Some of you might even find yourself drawn to an old property or a place that holds very happy memories for you. But whatever it is, pay attention to the signs that are popping, because this is an energy that is really trying to send you a lot of information right now, a lot of information about where it is that you're supposed to be going in your life. So I like this. I mean, I'm saying that this is for the 20th to the 30th, but I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is kind of like the sort of thesis of energy that's going through the fall almost for you. Pay attention, pay attention. Things are moving forward. Things are happening for you, but you might not be fully like clear on what it all even means right now. Okay, so let's pull a Celtic cross spread. See what we get. Okay, Three of Swords, Knight of Cups. Okay. The Chariot. know, this looks good. It looks good to me, Aquarius. We have the Chariot energy. You just want to get the heck away from anything that's toxic, quite honestly. You just don't want to deal. Aquarians really don't typically jive with a lot of like busy, toxic nonsense. You know, I can't blame you. But there's a Cancer energy. Some of you might be dealing with the Cancer. You might have strong Cancer in your chart. But this is things being expedited. So I like this. But it's the result of something being over, right? In numerology, the Chariot is the Tower, right? Which is a necessary surrender. And then you're moving away. So it's a swift progress and change. And you're having a lot of determination to move away from toxicity towards this metaphorical home space. So for a lot of you, relationship situation being expedited, right? You moving away from toxicity towards something that's positive, that's better meant for you. If this has to do with career or money, this is quick changes and progress in some sort of business situation. You know, bring something to fruition, you know, and it going really well, right? Positive news in finances and stuff. Just know that whatever you're getting into, you're probably going to have to work harder than you were working before, but it's going to be so much better for you ultimately. Now, we have this Three of Swords, and it's being challenged by the Knight of Cups. So the Three of Swords is the card of pain. So this could be the realization of a truth about something, the realization of the truth of a job, feeling betrayed by something at work, by a relationship, by a family member. This can indicate heartbreak. This could also just be straight up depression. Maybe you're just feeling depressed on some level. But the clouds of doubt are going to be cleared. The lights come on. You're facing reality here. Any confusion is going to be gone. All of that. Okay, fine, right? So it's like you're in this space of like healing. And then we have this Knight of Cups energy, though, that's challenging it. And the Knight of Cups is a proposal, right? Some sort of proposal. And you being very open to real love, being open to a job that's meant for you, being open to a healthy relationship with that friend or that family member, being very open to it, right? This is you, Aquarius, and Pisces energy. So it's like, what are you dreaming about in this space having to do with this situation? But it's like the offer might not be coming in right now. Do you know what I mean? Like you're feeling this pain, you're feeling like, okay, I'm dealing with reality, I'm dealing with something maybe not working, I'm dealing with some sort of disappointment, some sort of sadness, but where is the new offer? Where is whatever I've been looking for coming in? And the truth is, the very thing that you think you might want to come in may not be the thing that's meant for you. We have the Emperor energy as the crowning, and this is Aries. So this is a new approach to something new. Right now in numerology, the Emperor is the death energy, which is about something ending so that something else can be transformed. We need to think about the Emperor is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the house of self. It's where we're born. This is new. Right? But it's you being the leader in your own life. So some of you are meeting somebody brand new who's fantastic. Those of you in relationship, your future plans, you're able to make some future plans. You're able to communicate well about that, addressing things, practical matters in your life, addressing things in a more productive way, right? But in a way that feels comfortable for you. This is about finances getting organized and balanced, found in work and all of that, right? But this is you saying, all right, you know what? I'm doing A, B, and C, but is this really what I want? Does this impassion me? Because if you're not feeling passionate about something, you may end up feeling stifled. And a lot of you may feel very pushed to start your own business, to launch your own thing, to go in your own direction. Those are all of the different ways, because this is a general reading. So I like to give for relationship, money, career, because not everybody's in relationship and not everybody is in the space of concern about career or whatever. Now we have the Queen of Cups as the foundation, Gemini and Cancer energy. Okay. Conversation about what you need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, and secure. You exercising a very high emotional intelligence. You not being afraid of intimacy. You not being afraid of what it takes to make something work. Whether it's that relationship, whether it's that job, whatever it is, you're showing up. And I love it. You're showing up. Whatever you have to do. That job, that relationship, that family connection, whatever it is. You're representing you here as the Queen of Swords. So with this Virgo and Libra energy, you're going to be very motivated to find out the truth and the psychological motivation of others that you're dealing with right now. You're going to be feeling very strong. You're going to have a very strong resolve, a very strong determination to get to the bottom of something, to figure something out, because you don't want to play. You just don't want to play anymore. You just don't. You want to express yourself. You want to put yourself out there. I mean, Aquarius, it's no secret, right? That you guys have been, this is your time, right? I mean, this really is your time. And you don't want to take the back seat anymore. I feel like a lot of you, not that you haven't took the, Aquarius does not know for taking the back seat, but you just don't, you're trying to crystallize something, and you're going to be pushed to the space where you just want to, I just feel like, especially in this full moon energy in Capricorn in your 12th, because you're going to be realizing things so profoundly, you're just going to be like, I need to tell them what I feel with the Page of Wands, because you're going to be very pushed to express yourself. But I have to tell you, this is good. This is good news coming in about any project that requires negotiation, any relationship that requires negotiation. This does indicate a busy time at work. This can bring in a new offer. This can bring in a new offer having to do with a job or even a relationship. But this is the thing. While the status or the glitter of the job or the offer, whatever it is, may not be as high or as perfect, whatever that even means, as you'd like or expect, it still may appeal to you in theory. So if it has to do with something with work, just make sure you read the fine print before signing anything or agreeing to anything. If this has to do with a relationship, make sure this person walks their talk. That's the thing with the Page of Wands, because Page is the youngin of the court, so they can be a little immature, and Wands are well past your motivation, so you want to just like keep an eye out for that. So you might be in the space of like, you might be meeting somebody new and you're like, what do they really want? What are they really about? Are they a player? Are they not? Trying to like figure it out. This new situation that's coming, it seems good, but let me read the fine print. Is it everything that it's trying to present itself to be? Now, your challenge and your block is the strength energy. That doesn't mean that your challenge is going to be that you're weak. It doesn't mean that specifically, but you might have a hard time making a decision. You might have a hard time confronting something. You might find yourself ignoring your instincts in the name of safety or ease, but this can end up stunting your growth in a situation. So you want to just be careful of overthinking or of any sort of like analysis paralysis in this energy, as it's best to face whatever it is. Be grateful for the lesson or the experience in it. If you know, because I feel like there's needs to be something balanced out here. But you can only control your end of the bargain, right? So there's got to be some sort of balance here in a situation. But there's something that needs to be confronted. So take the chance. Take the chance, even though, like, do it scared, right? That is the strength energy. You might not know what the other side is going to be like, but do it scared, do it anyway. But look what we have as the near future. This is so positive. This is just straight up Venus. It just is. I mean, you know what I like about the Empress card too that we don't talk about enough? Because, well, you know, I've been bringing my numerology into my readings more and more. I hope it doesn't bother you guys, but I just try to do it in a light reference in a way that won't confuse you. But the numerology linked to the Empress energy is the Hangman and the World in tarot. So the Hangman is about that Neptune, I'm really not sure. Am I going to end up sacrificing myself? Let me not do anything. And then the World is, oh, hey, I learned the lesson. That thing I was confused about, I figured it out. And now I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready to grow. I'm ready for that fulfilling relationship. I'm ready for success, whatever it is. You achieving that thing that you were working towards after being confused. Okay? So the Empress, because it's straight up Venus, it has to do with money, love, and how you feel about your experience in something and your ability to grow. But I feel like under it was something that you were feeling kind of confused about up to this point. Maybe confused is the wrong word. Maybe some of you were confused, and the others of you just weren't sure what you wanted. Because that's a Neptune energy too. It's like, I think I know what I want, but I'm really not sure. Kind of that smoke and mirror energy. But the Empress is figuring it out. and having that beautiful conversation. So guys, really, we could just attach this to relationship, to a business situation, to a family situation, because something you were confused about, having a beautiful conversation that's mutually supportive. So for those of you in relationship, this is beautiful harmony, returning to a relationship that you're in if you've been going through some difficulty. If you're single, this is a new passion if you're unattached. If this has to do with work, this is a very supportive and productive conversation about how things are going to be moving forward. Having to do with money, having to do with scheduling, having to do with how everything's going to roll out so that your business can be built, so that you can grow in that business, in that area. So this could literally be having a conversation about getting more money, changing your schedule, going into business with somebody, anything along those lines. I almost want to end it there, but let's see what we have to give us some explanation of that Two of Cups energy. How did that all roll out? Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so remember when I was saying here with the Empress energy, definitely feeling confused about something, I feel, or unsure. Let's just use the word unsure. Let's hang with that. So then we have the Moon energy. And the Moon, you don't really know, right? Because the Moon rules our emotions, but our emotions aren't always based in reality. And sometimes we feel things, and we sort of filter our feelings through past experiences. So maybe we're not 100% accurate. Whatever it is, it can end up leading to a crisis of faith, and where you maybe were feeling very emotionally vulnerable, or will be rather, right? Because this is, and feeling like some sort of like illusion, and that can end up, if this has to do with a relationship where you're very confused or disappointed and feeling very let down by a situation and wondering if something's even going to work out. Or you might be in the space where you feel like you're working and okay, whatever, I guess I'm making okay money, but you feel like you need to protect yourself from other people's negativity and wondering if it's even worth it, and you're just wanting more satisfaction. Some of you may be feeling that same sort of disillusionment about where you're living. Right? Or you might be having second thoughts about a move or a home improvement project, right? Because something maybe turns out to cost a lot more money than you originally thought, right? And it's maybe it's not even like worth it for you. But then we have the Page of Pentacles. Page indicates a new cycle. So this can indicate a new job coming in, something where your talent shines. This is about progress and auspicious beginnings regarding anything having to do with finance, business, an offer being made on a property, something to do really positive having to do with education. This could even indicate a new relationship. But lots of energy for success here. But then we go back to the confusion, because there are choices, and what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? You're feeling like you're having a hard time to committing to only one thing because you're not sure what's real and what's not, and things feel up in the air. It's very hard to commit to something when we're really not, when everything feels up in the air, because then what are you really committing to? You know what I mean? It's very hard. Even though you feel like you're at the beginning stages of something, you feel like you're stepping into this next chapter, you're not sure. And then we have the Nine of Cups. So even though you have all these choices and there are these commitment issues, something's coming along. This is Jupiter and Pisces energy, where your wishes are going to be manifesting. For some of you, this is a new relationship. For others of you, this is a great new friendship. Others of you, doing a job, getting an offer, doing something that you feel more connected to, your heart space. This is an energy of growth, because it's a Jupiter and Pisces, and Jupiter is about growth. So any issues that you were dealing with before, those are just going to be going away, right? Going back to that numerology interpretation of the Empress energy, right? It's like having been confused, but then figuring something out and learning the lesson on the other side of it. Some sort of positive news is going to be coming in. This is Jupiter and Leo, more Jupiter energy. This is about deserved success. Great energy if you've been struggling lately. This is acknowledgement at work. This is feelings being shared in a relationship, things being well received, deepening some sort of connection to a situation. Just in general, this is a good news energy about any aspect of life, from love to work, property, education, anything having to do with a decision. But then we have the beautiful full energy, which is Uranus. Love it. And this is great. I mean, this is about instincts, beginnings. This could indicate a new relationship or a new start or approach in a current relationships, you know, like doing things differently than before. So things being better, going with the flow, things being better. This is a new path in a career, a new opportunity coming in, a new approach in a current position. But it's going to end up bringing you to a higher place, a better place. So I do like that. Some of you might be moving out. And clarifying that, we have the Queen of Wands, which is about stepping into your power. I mean, ideas popping. You're going to have the strength you need to make things happen. Your relationships are going to be energized. You're going to be making things happen at work. I mean, this is just so good. But there's some sort of new energy coming in. And I love this. I mean, the Fool is Uranus. That's your ruler. So doing something that really speaks to your heart space, I just really feel like that. Yeah. All right, Aquarius, it looks good for you. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.